right, so tonight we have a special treat. We have one of our beloved alumni and staff members, Jamar. Come on up, Jamar.
Oh, hey. Jamar Addict. My name is Jamar. I'm an 80s baby. And at the time, crack was a big thing, and my mom was into it as she conceived me with my dad. Um, I don't have many memories of my mom when I was younger. But the first memory I have is her being beat up, bloody, coming out the bathroom with my father, and my family dynamic was really crazy. Growing up, I had a single father who raised me to the age of 6 until he met my stepmom, and I don't know. My dad told me he married her so that I would have a mother. And me being a product of a single father, you would think I'd be more masculine. All of this, everything I was like a splitting image of my mother. So like he hated me. At least I thought he hated me, or he treated me like he hated me, or that's how I viewed it. Um, he married my stepmom, and what was really crazy about that is that my stepmom and my mom shared the same birthday. So growing up, when that time came around, it was the worst day of my life. I didn't know who to like call first, who to think about first. It was just that duality of like this woman that's taking my mom's place. I hate her, but then I hate my mom because she's not in my life. I don't even know. Like I don't like it. I don't like it. I don't like thinking about it. It's okay. You did nothing wrong. Thank you. And oh, there I am. And um, thank you. And I don't know. Life was crazy growing up. I grew up with a stepbrother and a half brother. Me becoming the oldest child and being the big brother, I grew responsibilities faster than they did. Um, my dad was a raging alcoholic. Every time he got drunk or would drink, he would actually use me as his muse. I would be embarrassed, I will be beaten, I will be all those things because I was like his property entity. Like my stepmom couldn't get in and do anything about it. So it just kept happening over and over and over again until it actually led over to him hitting her. And I remember one time that was happening. Um, I did this most cowardice thing, but smartest thing at 6 years old. I called the police, hung up. They called back. He picked up, and I just remember running down the street. Like he ain't catching me. He came out barefooted, got in the van, and like came down the street and like came this close to like hitting me with the van and talking about next time I'm not gonna miss. And the man was just crazy, and I picked up a lot of crazy traits because of him. Lived in fear my whole life. As you probably can hear, I have like a weird voice, and not like weird bad, but like weird weird. And I used to love to sing and dance. Everything he probably didn't want as a child, in a child, I had all of it. My stepbrother was baritone, but like 2 feet tall. I don't know how that happened. Um, my half brother, taller than me, smaller than me. I'm so jealous. Um, just a lot of different things. Like we were just all different. But what I liked about the unionship that we had in our family at that time is that I was able to like be the big brother and be responsible and grow in that. And it was just hard for me to do when I was getting like living as like the abused more than my brothers. Sometimes jealousy grew. I grew a lot of isolation, ran to my friends, which introduced me to marijuana, alcohol, and in my community it was like accepted. We all like all my generation would come out. We would come from our parents' house, link up down the street, drink, smoke, over and over and over. Just a crazy cycle until all of us like moved off that block one on one separately and learned about crystal meth. Oh my gosh. So that was like the first girlfriend I will ever have. She did me so good. I don't know what it is about that. I'm very hyperactive when it comes to like I guess uppers. I want to hang on as long as I can for as long as I can and for as long as I can. Like when used to like use, I would say, what would I say? Sleep is for the dead. I don't need sleep. You give me a pack of donuts, I'll fall asleep for 2 hours, and we do it all over again for 4 more days. So it was like one of those things. Once I was introduced to that, I was introduced to programs, and I was really good at programming for like a season. I don't have to be homeless, you telling me? I can get a bed, 3 hots, and a cot. I'm in there. And knew all the right answers during the assessment, say the right things, do the right things. But in the back of my head, I'm already like out doing what I'm supposed to want to do, not supposed to be doing, want to do. And I don't know. I've been to many different ones. I've been to faith-based, which is like crazy. I don't know. They have this thing called work therapy, which is like I don't. It's like reverse psychology and slavery. I don't know what they do. They make you work for 8 hours, then you go and study, and then you wake up and do it all again. And like I don't know. I didn't understand it, but I remember thinking that I will never ever look for work. I'm going to get on SSI. I'm going to do this. I am a scammer. You know, I will scam my way all the way through. I will get them checks. What is your name? What is your social? You're going to pay me and we're going to get this money. So it was just a lifestyle of like, of chaos all the time. Every place that I got on my own after 18 somehow turned into a trap house without me not even having drugs, but I was always drugged. Um, it was just a crazy lifestyle to live. Um, I don't know if I can make it for 30 minutes. um, my rock bottom was living in downtown LU. That's what I call it because it was horrible. Everywhere you went smelled like pee. Um, I remember leaving one program called Dream Center Discipleship. I did 3 years there. And it was like the first year program. They introduce you to discipleship. You get your relationship with God, which is like crazy because God met me there the way I would see him. And they came in like over like 30 pairs of Jordans. So I was able to see them in that. Like, what? I get free shoes. At the time, Blake Griffin was like the sponsor of Jordan at the time. And he was like coming, dropping on shoes all the time. And he was my size. Thank you, Junie, for that. If I didn't wear a size 15, I wouldn't have got free pairs of shoes. So, but it was just so different there. I know that when it comes to religion and relationship is different, and a lot of times it's generational, where your parents pass on what they believe, and then you believe it, and then you don't know nothing of it. You just believe it because you're supposed to. But the relationship that I was growing at the Dream Center, God showed me his face in so many different ways. I was able to serve people in the same position that I was in previous to that, homeless on Skid Row, get to meet just all different types of people from different parts of the world, get to serve alongside a pastor that was really, really good at what he does. And all he did was start off with a bag of food and went serving in his neighborhood. And from there, it just like grew. I don't know about you guys and the mentality that grew in your addiction, but that's when I became like the ugliest person I could have ever been. I learned how to be jealous. I learned how to be selfish. I learned how to isolate. I learned how to manipulate. And I didn't like that side of myself. There were times where I would use and end up in a ball crying like I don't want to do this anymore. I don't want to do this anymore. But like 5 seconds later, I'm like picking up, packing up, and lighting up, and doing it all over again. So like I said, I was really good at like turning that switch off and like I need to get my stuff together for someone else. I need to get myself together because if I do this, they'll let me live here with them after this and this and them and them and this and them. And it got to a point where they said, don't touch this thing. After it got to a certain point, I tried to think about myself. I was just always someone who was a people pleaser. Um, it just grew naturally as being a big brother, as being the big stepbrother, as being the half stepson, half brother. I just was really good at like making sure that everybody else is happy. Um, I believe it's in my personality and who I am to help, but I always get lost in that sometimes. And I think that was one of the things that had me experience like with something like crystal meth. That and I want to lose like 50 pounds in 3 days. And it works. um, but on the flip side, when programming and I don't know, y'all, I know y'all know 270, the bread, the cakes, the crackers, the cookies, the carbs, they are so good. They are so good. Yeah, they're good. I'm gonna leave it at that because I'm not gonna body shame because I'm getting used to this, all of this, all of this. And I remember being at 270 and being challenged at everything I do with one of my mentors there, Cheryl Lynn. I have to bring this up because like everything I said, she would challenge, and I did not know how to think about it, and it used to like piss me off, like to the point of no return. You know how many rewrites I had? Oh my God! And then it was just crazy. But I remember doing my first letter, and it was to my father, and all the rage came out. Like everything I ever felt came out in these letters, well, in that letter. And my whole group after that expected fire after fire after fire. But in all my reality in my real life, my father was that fire. While I was in treatment here in 2021, I think that was, my father killed himself on New Year's Day. I know, right? My little brother was the one who gave me the information. He called me and let me know. The first thing that happened is Roxy made sure that she called me upstairs to speak to me about not like leaving, and I really didn't understand where that was coming from because I burnt everything down before I came here. Everything. I remember the last thought I had with my family. I got in a fight with my auntie, and I like punched her phone because she was going to call the police on me, and I like felt good like breaking her phone on the ground and stuff. It's just that bad. Things I thought I would never do. Um, Happened. So when I got this information and she was telling me not to leave, I was like, I don't have anywhere to go. I don't have anywhere to go. Like I'm not going anywhere. My family won't take me in after the funeral, flying back, missing the days, losing the bed, waiting for the bed. I'm not doing that no more. I even remember calling for intake and going back and forth with Liz and a former employee here, and it was just crazy. The phone call going. I'm like, oh, somebody needs to help me. I'm in this room. I got 2 more days. Like I don't know what to do. And I remember speaking to Liz for the last time when she finally made the assessment where I was going to get through, and the first thing she said was, well, I can be a bitch." And I was thinking to myself, like, okay, you think? Like, but I'm not going to say that on the phone right now because I need a bed. And then I remember walking on to grounds and how nice everyone was. Nancy was a sweetheart. She made sure I was comfortable. I had on my bedding. I had like deodorant. I can wash myself. And it was just certain things that you don't think about on the daily when you're using that you need on the daily every day that they had here. So I don't know what they're saying back there, but ha ha ha. So just the whole experience at 270 at treatment, it was all surreal. I made a lot of friends there. I remember the way I dressed then. I try to keep up now, but you know, the body is growing and being nourished. And I remember like dressing like I work here. You know, I work here. I don't care. I'm gonna make my way to the top. I'm gonna work here. And as I was leaving 270, I had left a note to Roxy that I worked in recovery before. It was faith-based at in an admin office. It was something I was looking to do in the future. Hopefully, elevating my education to do something in hospitality. And yeah, if you need anybody like that, please let me know and see what's going on next. So after that, I went over to RBH, which was so much fun. I had the house manager of Matthew McNeese. He's the best house manager ever. Well, then there's me. Then there's me, and then there's Jeffrey, and then there's no. Okay, so I don't know. It's an experience. I don't. Well, in certain ways, I'm kind of tired of communicable living. I'm like over it. Communicable, communicable. Did I say it right? Yeah, I said it right. Okay. In certain ways, I was over it. I'm very emotional, so when it comes to like people doing things, messing around, playing around, blaming people, finding blame, shooting blame, like, oh my gosh, we're men. I thought, I really did. And then I found myself getting lost in those back and forths and bickering. And I remember just pulling myself aside, like, you know, whatever it is I'm gonna do it. Like, if I have to do my chore and do your chore, I'm gonna do my chore and do your chore. And watch me do. Watch me do. And I think that was one of the things that spoke volumes to my character, which got me selected to be a part of this agency. Agency. It's not a company, it's an agency. And I try to concentrate and not instill it in the people that work around me, but like perform that with the people that work around me. And I see here we go. Excellence. I said it. Thank you. I see excellence in that. I see everybody around me elevating. I never felt comfortable in a place of like love, if that makes any sense. I'm so used to negative reinforcement, and to work in a place that everybody accepts you for who you are, how you come, how you talk, how you speak, what it is that you bring specially to the table and offer, like everyone that comes in is really, it's something I hold value, something I hold to value. And for them to uphold that as well is like, it's amazing. Lots of times I'm at the front desk over at 505 and I have clients say, oh yeah, your name is Jamar, I talked to you on the phone. The first thing I asked was I nice? Was I nice? Was I nice? Was I nice? Because sometimes, I don't know if y'all know this or not, well, y'all on the other side, y'all be long-winded. I can't get nothing out. I got a few questions to ask y'all, and I heard about everything from your baby mama to what color shoes you got on right now. And that is not on the questionnaire. Can you please focus? And believe me, I have squirrel brain too. So like, I get it, but I don't get it like that no more. Now recently have became a house manager within like the last year. I was very scared to become a house manager. Actually, let me run you through the whole course. It was from 270 to RBH. From RBH, Roxy gave me my own house for like 3 months to be alone in and by myself. It drove me crazy. I got to, I put together the back house at one of the locations. I can't give that information out. It was trying being alone like that. And then I got to move to one of the Torrance locations. And I remember telling the guys the first week I was there that you guys are helping me right now, because being able to demonstrate how you feel a house should be and how things should go and everything has its place and this is how it's done, and not have to verbally demand or command someone to do something, and leading by example is very pleasing to me. Like I can see somebody walk in, not know what to do, or feel they do know what to do and they don't know what to do. And I have to be there to be patient and realize, okay, well, maybe if I attack it this way or I try it this way, and problem solve in different manners has worked in my programming. Recently I had like a shift change where I work always at night, so I wasn't able to come to this. And I remember thinking like, well, why don't they call me to speak? I want to speak, and I'm speaking right now. And right now I'm not as nervous as I was before, but I'm happy to be able to do it now. And it's just that everything has changed so much from what it was 2 months ago until to now. I get to work with the AB 109 contract, which is different. I remember I was able to like crack the whip over at 505 and at my house. Like, why didn't you clean your room? Hmm? Yeah, I can sign your pants off right here. And don't forget this. I can do it all right there. But now that it's two different contracts, I have to be like useful of the time that I'm at home and useful. I can separate the time from home from work. Um, I don't know what else. Let me see what else I wrote on here. Am I doing good, you guys? Do you love me? Oh, okay. So back to Fred Brown. um, it's something recently happened, and the love that was shown to me has been like it's so different from any other place I worked. I remember thinking when I got hired on, like, oh, I'm gonna do this, I'm gonna work on this, and I'm gonna leave. I'm gonna get mine, I'm gonna leave. And like today, I don't think like that. I want to be a part of something stable. Like I've never had I have a customer service background, so I'll be like retail, maybe a security guard over here, do this, quit that. And to know that what I've seen cross when it comes to like the demographic we serve, how much this place is growing, and wanting to be a part of that. Like I never want to go to school for substance abuse, like counseling or anything of that nature. I'm rethinking that as we are thinking. I believe I have something to offer to a certain part of the demographic that is now becoming more readily available at other agencies. And I believe that Fred Brown is getting to that point where they would like to do so themselves. And I want to be all for that. I want to be with that. I want to be with the elemental piece. The elemental piece. Yeah. So something recently happened that showed the heart of my lady boss and her trio, and it's shown me that I am valued here. I am able to value myself. I am able to see value in others if they can't see it in themselves when they first present themselves to me. I'm not as judgmental as I used to be, especially in my addiction. I don't know if you guys heard voices, but I heard voices and became them. It's a daily battle to reassure myself that I am well enough to do what it is asked of me here, to see, and then ask what is asked of you guys while you're here without feeling personal discord. I would never. I'm learning that I would never do anything. I would never ask anyone of anything that I wouldn't do myself. And in this situation, I have cleaned up other people's feces, vomit, dirty underwear, bleached them, folded them, all that. Like ironed them even if I had to. And it has humbled me to a spot where like I'm considering becoming a counselor. I've never. I've been fighting, and I'm still like fighting, nailed to teeth. Like no. I'm tired of hearing these stories. But it's a part of my life. It's a part of my life. My life has changed because of Fred Brown and other places as well. My life has changed because I'm moving forward. Not saying that relapse is a part of recovery, but relapse is a part of my recovery. I've gotten greater at recovering because of my relapses. I have different tools of recovery because of my relapses. But the difference between my relapses and now is that I'm finally recovering for me. I'm not recovering for anyone else. I'm gonna Okay. Me and my dad were like the worst enemies when he was like living, but it's in his death that I can find solitude in being better. I don't look for validation anymore. I don't look to prove myself anymore. I know that if he was alive today, he would be proud of me. Okay. Not in front of y'all, I won't. Right? Okay. um, my mom, who was, and my dad was an addict, but he was like just hiding everything, and everything came to truth. Once I hit that first hit, it was like, oh, that's what was going on. But my mom was very truthful, and like it's to this day I can go over there and talk to her, and she'll, girl this and girl that. She's like, yeah, but bitch, sometimes you a girl. I'm like, oh, girl. It's just weird how I can see the relationships and the differences of me growing up, where there was absence of everything, lies being told, and shadows lurking. Now that I have walking out of the dark and into the light, um, I can be a part of someone's life without as much as a whisper. Um, I don't have to say much. I see it. I see people grow every day. Um, I see people grow every day, and it has been a part of my recovery that I want to continue. I'm running out of syllables, you guys. 4 minutes. Okay. What can I touch on now? Okay, so like I told you, my life is crazy when it comes to my family. My stepmom lives in Mississippi. That's where my dad was buried. So, and Thanksgiving, I got to go to Mississippi, which I kind of vowed way before, like I would never go back again because like nothing but dirt rocks and whatever. I went through a long grudge in my heart when it came to my stepmom selling the house and how the money's gonna be dispersed because I gotta get mine. Like I'm the firstborn. I'm supposed to get mine. This, and that. And then went out to travel to see my stepmom, and the money that she used from selling the house, she bought a new house, and the house was beautiful. Um, it was really nice. I got to meet with family that I haven't seen in a long, long time. I got to be the adult Jamar that they didn't see when I was like 23, 24. I got to pay for my own ticket and get to Mississippi. Like, Mom, I got it. I had to encourage my youngest brother to get his ticket. And it was just something that I want to become accustomed to doing. It's weird because I didn't have no money. I was always broke, like enough to like put gas in the tank, enough to get like one window fixed, enough to do this and enough to do that. But today I get to like buy tickets and pay insurance, and I always like think in my head that I'm rich, I'm rich, I'm wealthy, I'm rich, and the difference between who I was then and who I am now is that I'm willing to pay the bills to do that. I'm willing to um, be consistent. I realized, like, I mean, if you're going to be rich, you still have to pay bills. You still have to like have these things. You can't cut corners. So being consistent has helped me a lot to get to a point where I can go see my stepmom and let go of grudges that I can't fix with my words or with my jealousy or being just downright grudgeful or hateful. Um, we had like a long talk when I was out there. Me, my stepbrother, my half brother, and my mom, my stepmom. I call her mom because it's crazy. Birthdays, oh my god, where's that my life still? But we had like a long talk out there, and my dad was very depressed when he killed himself. He was in the process of divorcing my stepmom. She told me how she felt and how she wished she didn't have him sign the divorce papers and all this and all that. And I remember having the shoulda, wouldas, and coulda feelings before, but that act that he has committed has changed the trajectory of my whole life. Like I'm not afraid to live, but I know that I need to live carefully. I can't. I don't have another 5 years to do this over again. I can't start back over. I can't. I don't want to. I usually don't feel like that. Like at the drop of the dime, I'm like, it's nothing. I can go do this. I'll leave right now. I'm a grown man. I can do what I want. It's not. It's not like that. It's not like that. It's easier for me to. It's either easier for me to follow instruction rather than to ask for forgiveness. I know that he reproves the ones he loves. I listen like daily of what I can do differently than I did yesterday. Or if the same situation arises with maybe one of the residents, what can I do differently if I'm not getting to this person the way I need to? Am I saying the wrong things? Am I doing the wrong things? How can I be better at this? And it's only in staying still that I can see my growth and not just uprooting at the thought of just this will be better for now and this will be better for now. No, I'm good right now. And yeah, how much more time do I have?
10, 9,
Okay, yeah. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Thank you guys for sharing. I love to share.